Good morning. Hopefully, you are all safe. It is 9 o'clock. It is the seventh day of 2021. I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming, the OGGM. Obviously, still in shock over the events of yesterday. I'm just not sure how to talk about that. I mean, do I talk about it? I'm just a role playing game vlog that occasionally goes off into complaining about other things, but yesterday was events that affected all of us, no matter where you sit on the political system, as a group of very angry, stupid people tried to destroy the democracy of the United States of America. And it's something we all need to address and talk about. Now, I wasn't going to talk about, action oriented monsters and give a DM tip because, who am I to talk about politics? It's not my place. I don't know if that's the audience I have, but yesterday happened. We need to address it going forward. Doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat. Yesterday should not have happened. Anybody who's surprised by yesterday and says, oh, I didn't know this was going to happen, where the fuck have you been for the past 5 years? The man has been talking about running a coup and violence and everything since day one. So anybody who's surprised by yesterday's actions shouldn't be. And where were the police? I mean, if it was a black man with a thing of lemonade or accidentally being accused of taking a woman's phone that he didn't take, they would have been all over that crowd like gangbusters. But a bunch of white supremacists crash into the most hollowed halls in the political world, and the police are just like there needs to be a massive investigation into the actions. Why can't I get these clean? Into the investigation of the police and why they weren't there and why they weren't prepared. There needs to be a massive investigation into the Republican Party and all of those individuals who helped instigate. President Trump needs to be removed from office immediately and never be allowed to run off for office or influence the political environment of the world ever again. And the anger and frustration and idiocy that happened yesterday needs to be addressed by people who are far smarter than I did. And because it could happen again. I mean, I'm surprised it ended so quickly. I mean, where did they all go? They're still there. They're just waiting for another ignition. They're just waiting for another tweet from their idiot in chief to tell them to, respond violently. The man still refuses to accept reality. There's thousands of angry MAGA protesters somewhere in and around Washington just waiting. So, I mean, this needs to be addressed. This anger, this frustration, this schism, this sedition that is trying to tear apart the United States. It's not new. It's not like yesterday was a surprise. This has been building up for years and years and years and years and years on both sides, both on the Democrat and the Republican. Just we've become a country of anger and inability to communicate. And why can't I get these clean? I'm not the person to talk about this because I'm not anybody. But, there's 275 of you who follow my blog and seem to think I have something worth saying. And, I'm a human being that lives in the United States of America, so yesterday affected me as much as everybody else. I mean, I have people I know who live in that area. I have relatives that I couldn't get in touch with yesterday. And I'm like, I don't know where you are. I don't know if you're okay. I was scared. I think we were all scared. So, yeah, moving forward. Thank you to all the armed forces and the police and the security and the FBI who handled the situation. Thank you to the National Guard. Thank you to the Republicans and the Democrats for getting back to Congress as soon as they could and ratifying the vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for president and vice president. The first female vice president, and possibly our first female president ever. Way to go, guys. A lot of new respect for people who I didn't used to have respect for. yesterday because of things they said. But then again, still don't have a lot of respect for you because McConnell, Pence, you let it happen, and all those people who were just like, oh, we need to fight the vote because aliens influenced it, because there's no we can't find any logical reason for why people actually voted for Joe instead of Trump, other than the fact that Trump is letting millions of people die every day from COVID. So yeah, there must have been fixed, or aliens, or Bigfoot. So yeah, and us Republicans don't want to piss off our chaos in chief, so we're going to support his unbiased, unbased, illogical claims, to the point where the United States almost fell apart yesterday. So yeah, now back to our regularly scheduled grumpy gaming. But yeah, I think everybody needs to comment on what happened yesterday so it doesn't happen again. And if you think what happened yesterday was okay and justified, you probably shouldn't be watching my channel. You probably need therapy. Talk to you later.